Psalm 91, verse 16, concludes with the duration of our mortal life. Verse 16 of 91 reads, "With a long life I will satisfy him, and let him see my salvation, says the Lord." The man described in this psalm desires to fill out the measure of his days in obedience to the commands of God, asking that God will give him a long life and that God will be satisfied with the life that he has led. Whether this man dies young or old, his desire is that he will live faithfully under the dictates of the law. However, with the Lord at his side, he trusts that he has already satisfied the requirements for salvation through the law and therefore will be content to leave his body of flesh. God knows that it is a natural desire to live a long life, and God encourages this thought in Proverbs 3, verses 1 and 2. "My son, don't forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commands, for they will bring you many days, a full life and well-being." God will grant this godly, devoted man his salvation by his commitment of keeping the law. But on our side of the cross, the penalty demanded by the law has been satisfied through Christ's propitiation. If we have received Christ as our proxy for full payment of our sin debt, then we also shall be saved. In heaven we shall see God's face to face and know him and finally realize all his wonderful mercy and blessings that were showered upon us as we look back on our physical lives. Our former mortal life will seem as but a drop in the bucket compared to the eons before the children of God as we settle into our immortality. We read about this transformation in 1 Corinthians 15:52 through 54. "In a moment, in the blink of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound and the dead will be raised incorruptible, and we will be changed. For this corruptible must be clothed with incorruptibility, and this mortal must be clothed with immortality. When this corruptible is clothed with incorruptibility, and this mortal is clothed with immortality, then the saying that is written will take place: Death has been swallowed up in victory."